Share this program. Donate to the program. People like Miss Zelensky, they send stuff. It's an inspirational. Let me tell you, I am literally next week should be hearing from my my sponsor in England because they're going to work with me to get the audio and other things. We're going to be moving forward. We are looking to be able to broadcast internationally by February, God willing. We're a whole year behind due to people being sick and everything else, but we're in it. You know, I was sick this morning, but I took a bunch of drugs. It's kind of cool anyway. And so I'm here. If I look a little raggedy, like, ooh, I could run in and do a quick shave. I might do that because folks be saying, man, you look nasty. Um, I want everybody to know again, Dr. Claude Anderson, tell everybody Claude Anderson is going to be on Sankofa Radio Saturday. We will have a portal open here at 2:45, if not earlier. We absolutely want people to know that we are here to get stuff done. Us Saturday. Dr. Claude Anderson will be with us Saturday. We are moving forward. Uh, Again, as a new United Black Media Matrix, we are trying to bring different platforms and voices together as a unified front. The world is definitely bigger than me. I have maybe 660 followers. If I add all the other things up, maybe it's approaching maybe 700 people. Um, I don't have 100,000. I'm not crying about it. I'm not crying over not having 50,000. Make the impact that you can make where you can make it. Hello, Brother Brooks. Hello, El Negro Hotep. It's nice that people have names. Brother Griff, Fetty TV. If you can stream from my stream to others, everybody needs to hear what Dr. Claude Anderson has to say. His days, like all of our days, are numbered. He rarely gives interviews anymore. This may be the last one. This is a historic one. You may not be able to hear Dr. Claude Anderson again. We don't want that to be the case, but you never know. People going up out of here. Please, 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 please. The last time I'm going to say it, be here Saturday. We would love to give this elder a huge audience. And the new United Black Media Matrix wants people to understand that we can work together. Um, Anticipate seeing more people on here. Anticipate seeing Black men work together. The world's bigger than my. The only person. I don't care if you get more views on your platform than I get on mine. This isn't about me. This might put pennies to buy small things, but this is not a business. At least it isn't yet. Maybe I need to make it a business. People treat the folks who are after money way better than the people that care about the community. We have a very, very sick mindset. Hustlers get everything. True fighters, thinkers, go begging. We got to change that up. If you see people with stupid stuff, my sponsor in England is a man by the name of Orman Griffiths, who's with Diaspora Global Radio, Orman Griffith. And we are going to push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. We need to figure out how, as it says in Portuguese, Pan-Africanismo Reciprocado. In this age of growing Black on Black tribalism, I'm going to do my part to promote reciprocal Pan-Africanism, where we're actually doing something for one another and not this one-sided shit that nobody likes, that everyone sees as a grift or a scam. I want everyone, I repeat, I'll do this one more time for my very slow people. I noticed the other night I kept telling people, if you can't see me on my stream, go to Dr. Winter's stream, go to my StreamYard, and bastards are still asking me about the YouTube page. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with these people? Please bring your brain to this. This isn't a stupid program. Even though there are lots of jokes in it, we're very serious. I want everybody to show up. I want everybody to support Dr. Claude Anderson. We absolutely want Dr. Claude Anderson to get his attention while he's alive. We will continue to do stuff that may not be popular. It's easy to do police killed somebody black. It's easy to talk about the hip hop community. It's easy to do celebrities. It's easy to attack the obvious things about idiots like Charlie Kirk or the racism from one or the other political parties, but it's much, much harder to talk about real issues. People need to open their eyes. And for all the folks who are feminists out there, this is not the show for you. This is an anti-feminism show. Feminism is the enemy. We do not care. We are for patriarchy 1,000,000%. The biggest problem in America and in the Black community in particular is the absence of patriarchy. We do not apologize. We are unabashedly patriarchal. We are unabashedly hostile to all manifestations of feminism. We will never, the Black American community will never be a pro-feminist community. We will do everything we can to destroy. Feminism must go. Alice Walker is an enemy. Oprah Winfrey is an enemy. Oprah and Gail, who said she can't be with the Black man, is an enemy. We will not tolerate this destruction. God made male and female. There is nothing else. A rectum will never be a vagina. The murder of a baby will never be health care. The family is man and woman. It's not two people of the same sex unless it's a grandmother and a mother and a baby, but it can't be two women. Lesbianism is as repulsive as two men licking each other's rectums. In 69, we do not and will not care who's offended. You don't like the truth, you brought your ass to the wrong platform. If you don't like being told that there's a heaven and a hell, stay away from anything I'm on. Are you going to hell? If you've noticed, when the English wanted to conquer people, they always took in drugs, alcohol, sex. And I don't know who's concerned about this, but yeah, don't worry. We're going to have moderators soon. So if you have something inappropriate to say, there are lots of platforms where you're welcome. There's a whole world of pornography and filth and degeneracy that's welcome to you. Again, now that we have 20 people, let me repeat this. On Saturday at 3 p.m., the new United Black Media Matrix will be showing the famed pioneer, advocate for reparations, Dr. Claude Anderson, the elder-in-chief of our community. Please be there, be there, be there, be there, be there. All of us will be there. Let's Talk 2, Lone Wolf Firearms, On Their Neck, Sankofa Radio, Sister P. Ray from Chicago. We represent thousands of people who want our what? Let's do it with our fingers, our MFM. We need our motherfucking money. And robbery occurs these days in broad view. This same government wants to steal the equivalent of $300 billion from the Russians. This government has stolen $60 billion from the Iranians. They've stolen trillions from us. We need all of our money. We wouldn't be homeless. We wouldn't be hungry. We wouldn't be in crime. We wouldn't be selling our bodies. We wouldn't be selling our organs or our children. We wouldn't be aborting our children if we had what we're owed. We're not being done a favor. We're not being given a handout. What's been handed out is our labor. What's been handed out is our virtue. What's been handed out is what everybody else has gotten off of our back. What's been handed out is 900,000 square miles of free land to anyone white that came to America that asked for it. How dare anyone question whether we should get something or not? And by the way, don't ever waste any of your time with a Black person who is opposed to reparations. Anybody that doesn't think that we should get something for what we've been through isn't anybody you should be around. That's the same person that the cops shot or beat you would ask you what you were doing. You want to move forward in your own life, have nothing to do with people who think that Gaza being leveled is justified, that the looting of Congo and the genocide ongoing for close to 25 years in Congo is justified, that the genocide in Sudan is justified, that our erasure in Chicago and Washington and New York is justified, that a war against people in Yemen, in which 400,000 plus Yemenis, and it tend to be the Black ones, have died, this government, the least they can do is cut a damn check. And I don't care if you don't like me. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to live next door to you. I don't want to breathe the same air as anyone who doesn't understand reparations. I don't want to drink from the same water fountain that you have. I want to be completely segregated from anyone that doesn't understand. We're going to get our MFM. We don't give a damn who doesn't like it. It's ours. If you can give money to the Ukraine, if you can kick money to rich billionaires who don't pay taxes, to not even get weapons delivered where the Ukrainians are being decimated, then you can pay us. If you can give $9,000 a month per illegal family, and you have a problem giving $6, $7 a month to people run off their land down south on SNAP, damn it, you can cut us a check. That's just my reparations comment. Again, Dr. Claude Anderson will be with us, perhaps his last message to grassroots this Saturday, 3 p.m. If you hate yourself, you don't need to come. In fact, I want all the money. When they do give out reparations checks, we need to shoplift and mug all the people that didn't believe. I snatch your reparations. Hey, give me this damn check. You didn't think it was, damn it, give me this check. This is mine. Don't ever associate with anyone that doesn't believe. A defeatist in the military, do you know that they can take a person that's a soldier that keeps saying, we can't win, we should, they have the right to take you and execute you on the spot. We have a race full of traitors and defeatists. You want to see stuff change? Start applying pressure, ostracism, hostility to people who are against your freedom. Watch things change. Stop going along to get along. You may end up with both of your breasts being cut off. You may end up wanting to cut your penis off. You may end up thinking you're transracial, thinking you're transhuman, thinking that you're trans something. It's nasty, it's repulsive, and it reflects the one way that they will continue to hold us down and exploit us. As a descendant of the original inhabitants, and we were here before they got here, We've been cheated out of the wages as enslaved people. We've been cheated out of land that they've given to everybody. Even folks can claim to be Aboriginal, have no Aboriginal heritage whatsoever, and get rich like that bitch Elizabeth Warren. It's time we get ours. You want black men to be men. It's kind of hard to be a black man in an economy where you will not get jobs. They've economically castrated us. The women want you to provide what white men who have all the unfair advantages provide for their family. In fact, we got to talk about that stupid feminism. How do you hate the man who's being denied the ability to be a man economically? How do you compare him to the man that pulls the strings to deny him and say, the person that's denying you the means to help me, he's beautiful, and you who want to give to me, who isn't able, you're a bastard. We need to start going in and getting all the pork chops straight. And we got to get all the fagonists straight.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, yeah. So, Chef C, are you ready, brother? Because I've been just trying to hold in here till you come in.
Yes,
but
sir.
We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about Nikki's vomit. That sorry ex-Sikh wannabe white girl getting her ass beat like she's Tina Turner. And you know what? Donald Trump has been channeling Ike better than Ike. In fact, you know how white folks do cover records? Well, he's covering Ike the way he's beat her ass and reminded people she's not white. Let what happened to Nikki Haley sink in to any of you out here who are honorary white people who've come to America, benefited from this country, land stolen from us, labor stolen from us. Then you get to come here and be better than us. As white folks feel the demographic shift, that they're not the overwhelming majority, you guys are going to start discovering what it's like to become either a dishonorary white. And by the way, you know what a dishonorary white is to all you others? A dishonorary white is a black. Y'all need to get real. They're at the border. It's about to become a shooting war in this country. And if you in any way look ethnic, to them, ethnic is anything that's not like, bad looking. No, really stop. Because I don't think everybody's bad looking in a group. I'm not a racist. The people that come to this country, if your name doesn't sound like a European name, if your English sounds like it's something that you learned off the BBC or watching CNN abroad, if you recently moved here, you came here when you were a child, that's not going to be cool. For all the foreign black people who don't want anything to do with black Americans, let me just say this to you. They didn't start putting the barbed wire up until African folk began to fly into Nicaragua and El Salvador. They're going to start looking, and if they stop you and you can't pass yourself off as we dirty, lazy, never tried black Americans, your ass will get hurt. Do you realize if they let you in the country and you have no documentation and nobody knows you're here and if they make your ass disappear like the 6 people they found dead on the highway in California, they'll just put your ass in the potter's field. Do you guys not understand that following the Civil War, white people killed tens of thousands of black Americans? That's just the way this country is. They've always killed who they wanted to kill. You've come here thinking that all you have to do is come to America and benefit and enjoy it without understanding that when the economic fall or decline comes, people go back to tribal Hunger Games. If you aren't passable as a person that's been in America for a few generations, life can become very difficult. I'm not rooting for it to happen, but when I consider that there are people that come here and they discriminate against us, or they get in the middle of us, or we're expected to fight for other people, I don't want folk getting bombed in Gaza, but I'll tell you something. When folks discriminate against you in certain stores,
Oh
I'm not
no.
seen as a brother. When the people won't pray next to you in their religious institutions, I'm not a brother, right? Ask a question to all of you folks out there. Why did it take a country in Africa to say something about the Palestinians? Where the fuck is Saudi Arabia? Where the hell is Qatar? Where the hell is Kuwait? Where the hell is Iraq? Where the hell is Iran? Where the hell is Jordan? Where the hell is Egypt? Where's the hell? Wait a second. Oman,
Let him cook.
Bahrain, Pakistan. Come on. Where is everybody? Why is it a broke ass African country whose economy is dominated by the Jews? South Africa is dominated by the Anglo American Corporation, controls 70% of South Africa's economy. 70% of the economy of South Africa is in the hands of the Oppenheimer family, which is Jewish. You mean that Saudi Arabia, 75% of Saudi Arabia's economy is not controlled by a Jewish corporation? Nor is it so for the Emirates, nor is it so for Oman, nor is it so for a range of countries. Where the hell is Turkey? All this talk, Darwin, all this talk, Azerbaijan, all this talk, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia. 50 years ago, they had the oil boycott, where these Islamic countries that produced oil said, to hell. Let me just say this to you. If they'll let the Palestinians be genocided on television in real time, if that represents the power of the Islamic world, I don't want to be friends with people who let that happen to me. I said it just like that. If y'all can't support those women and babies getting bombed, if y'all can't cut the oil spigot off for a day, why would anyone throw in with you? We only have permanent interests. We don't have permanent friends. And while people are talking about Gaza, on one day they killed 15,000 people in Sudan. Is it because the Darfuri are black that Al Jazeera and other platforms are ignoring what's happening in Sudan? The United States and Israel have something to do with that. The United States and Belgium and other countries have something to do with the millions of people killed in Congo. Sure, they do. Sure, they do. Why isn't that of interest? Did those same countries that ignore, or actually they give lip service to the Palestinians, but didn't say a damn thing when thousands of Black Muslims died in Mina in 2015? In fact, Mohammed bin Sultan made fun of the Africans that died. Please never come to me talking about universal brotherhood. It doesn't exist. I haven't seen it in Christianity. I haven't seen it in Islam. It damn ain't in Hinduism, although a lot of you suckers out there voted for Kamala and want to do it again. And in Mormonism, it's not in any of that stuff. We got to get our heads together, wake the hell up. And by the way, pretending that you're a woman when you're a man, pretending killing a baby is humane, pretending that if you just sit on your ass and you're a coon, that life is going to somehow get better, that's insane. When a country lets 10 million people of military age come in, the United States military has under 3 million people. There are more people in this country who don't belong here of military age, 3 times what our military is. What if they got angry? They could attack our homes. Anything could happen to us. What if they got hungry? What if they decided to take something? When you get hungry, you'll do anything. Hmm. Hmm. And as for my sisters, these men coming from patriarchal, extreme, radical, repressive patriarchal societies, not virtuous patriarchal societies where all the man wants is food and sex, and you can't cook and you don't screw. These men come from a very different situation. I'm telling you, there's going to be an uptick in disappearances and so forth, rapes, gang rapes. I mean, they get down like that in other countries. And a lot of folks are too fat to run from someone stalking them. So, whew, and you're going to want someone to protect you when you get attacked. Yes, we're here today talking about what the hell we want to talk about. I've got 27 people in here. Please like and share this. The Angry Black Men's Book Club will not compromise. We don't want to compromise. We're not going to compromise. I want people to see Dr. Claude Anderson. I want to see people join Dr. Claude Anderson. And I also want people to like and subscribe. On their next, the Angry Black Men's Book Club, let's talk to Lone Wolf Firearms, Sankofa Radio, Sister P. Ray, who's on WVON and Heart Radio in Chicago, and others will all be together. And I believe tomorrow, just so I'll let you know, we're going to launch Wazi Talk. And that's going to be when I get with warrior Black women who don't give a damn about racism. They want their MFM in particular to be featuring warrior sisters from the Windy City of Chicago who are not going to be overrun by people from Ecuador, people from Cuba, people from Venezuela. You know, I'm against American foreign policy. It's cost me jobs and opportunities. I don't have to do another damn thing for the rest of my life. I have said the truth about what the situation is for years. I don't have to take any risk. I don't have to do anything. And I'm not going to, and you won't see me at any marches. I don't have to make any statements to anyone at any time. The FBI, the CIA, and everyone else has a very big dossier on what I've had to say about everything. I don't have to do what anybody thinks or wants, and I don't care. And anybody making a comment that's not paying my bills or even getting me dude wipes to wipe my ass, I don't care what your opinion is. So don't come to this platform looking for me to join any causes that aren't immediately addressing the attack and onslaught against my people in this country. See, we have a lot of people in our community, they're fighting for everybody else. Okay? I helped initiate the movement for Blacks in Latin America through the Congress and other things. I started the anti-genocide campaign for Darfur 21 years ago. And there are other such causes. I was one of the first voices denouncing Israel for practicing eugenics on Black Jews. Long time ago, going on 11 years ago, I've said everything I needed to say. I'm the person that warned people that slavery was going to be renewed in Libya 13 years ago, practically. I don't have to do anything anywhere else. 10 years ago, I'm the person that exposed that Ebola was being used to mass murder Black people all over West Africa, and had the FBI and people at my house and folks threatening and doing all kinds of stuff, and the CIA outside my damn house monitoring my social media. I've already given. I don't have to do another damn thing. There are a lot of people who stay within the safety of their own damn homes and their own damn lives that don't speak up to what's going on. And you know what? They have more money. They're more secure. I think it's time for me to be selfish, self-interested in my mama, my cat who thinks it's white, like most of you. In fact, my cat is blacker than you guys are. My cat didn't even start dealing with the people in the house next door until Black people moved in. I don't know what that cat knows. I want everyone to open their eyes. We are at war. We are under attack. I will never preach on this platform hatred of anybody. I carry a reputation for being an agent for the Islamic Republic of Iran, which isn't true. However, The Iranians keep it real on the global stage. I don't have to agree with everything they do. I don't agree with everything that they do, but they're right. No country has the right to brutalize and bully and do stuff to people. I don't care who the hell it is. I live in this country and I don't agree with it. I will never, ever, ever preach racism. I will not preach sectarianism, although I'm a Christian and very proud of it and have no intention of changing. In fact, if anything, y'all need to change to what I believe. It works. Now, we've done enough of this. We wanted to talk about the fall of feminism in America. This country is moving to the right, and it's been driven to the right in part by the most visible element promoting confusion. A lot of them are Black women and non white women. Nikki Haley being one, Fannie Willis being one, this Letitia James being one, this whore ass mayor of New Orleans being one, um, Lori Dykefoot in Chicago is one. These sisters that get before congressional hearings and can't tell you what a woman is, that catfish looking Supreme Court justice who couldn't define woman, and yet you're going to hand down legal decisions. Kamala Harris and Nikki Haley, women who have basically come to power off their spinal cords. It's time for us to wake the hell up. It's time for us to get a clue. It's time for us to avoid, as the state of Texas is ready to go to war with America. If a civil war occurs, and let's say I was this white supremacist who really wanted to fight for a white ethno state, and I would fight against the system and the culture that I don't like. Do you know the most visible enemy I would have? It would be Black women, the same element of people who are anti guns, the same folks that are intersectional, the same folks that one and three of them are marrying to people who are white or other. Um, there's no less rational group of people in America than our wayward sisters. And this and these simp fagonist men who are so busy acting as if the world's going to run out of home cooked food, which you don't get anyway, and sex, even though 90% of you will buy. So there's never a short supply for that, that you can't tell women the truth. We're against that stuff. And I'm all for the truth going forward, even if it hurts.
Brother Short,
So
brother Dr. Short, before you
are
go
you
too
ready,
far,
sir?
we have to pay homage to the great one.
Oh, yes. Our prophet, our great assassinated leader, who people mocked him, people defecated and urinated and spat on his memory and his grave. Kevin Samuels. Oh, I gotta get my tambourine out, and I'm not gonna pour a libation, although I could. I already poured frankincense out for him. So we're gonna take a moment of silence as patriarchs. This is our great leader. He is basically our cultural Ayatollah Khomeini. We had a great, significant, a Shariati, a Franz Fanon. We had that. You know what I'm saying? It is absolutely pertinent that we recognize we had real man telling the real truth. And in fact, if your family is gone, your people is gone. If womanhood leaves and patriarchy is gone, we're dead. The role of anyone who would destroy us is to destroy the distinction between male and female, to destroy the distinction between family and dysfunctional fornication. They're two different things. It's Kevin Samuels. I had to take my glasses off. In fact, I should take off my hat and give a few minutes or a few seconds for our great Kevin leader. When we finish our shout out, Kevin, Okay. And Kevin is the way we say amen. It is truthful. We will reassert patriarchy in our lifetime. So let's take a moment out for our great elder.
And it's a Kevin right there.
Kevin, we love you, Kevin. Yeah, we're gonna keep fighting. We're not gonna let you down. You know, the feminist gates of hell will not prevail against Kevin Samuels. This movement, we're not going anywhere. The Godfather, we're gonna keep. I say his name more now than when he was alive. Everybody's gonna know that he told the truth. He was not a misogynist. What we really have is a misandry problem, not a misogyny problem in this country. And we know that the feminist movement is innately misandrous. It's innately anti-patriarchal. It is innately anti-family, anti-baby, anti-feminism, anti-heterosexuality. It is anti-God. Patriarchy is the divine order of God. He made man and woman. We come first. Get over it. And if you need to get your ass beat in a WWF by a dude before you recognize we're not the same, bring the shit on. What we can't tell you in straight talk, I guess you'll learn in a changing room, in a restroom, in a competition, or when you lose your woman grant to a man calling himself a woman who still has a dick 100 times bigger than your clitoris, maybe you'll figure out this is a scam. If you get rid of patriarchy, you're getting rid of womanhood. If you really gave a damn about womanhood, you'd want there to be manhood to protect it. As for that news story, I think you saw it, Chef C, where the woman was in the lifting weights. I guess she thought she was going to beat her man's ass. And since she's as strong as he was, he pulled out a gun and shot her. Terrible. I do not advocate anyone doing any kind of violence against women, but I also don't advocate women doing violence against men. If you openly assault or insult or put your hands on a man and you're a male, we all understand you're asking for a fight. You're asking to get knocked out. You're even asking to be killed. Somebody told you, ladies, that you could put your hands on a man and he can't touch you back. You learned that shit in public schools from some stupid ass stud teachers who lived in the fantasy world. The real world is, in particular, all these migrants that are coming in. I don't know if y'all know this, in certain religions, it's okay to beat women. I'm not going to say which one. I'll let you find out. It's not in the Bible, by the way. Uh, anyway, Chef C, are you ready? We want to talk about Nikki's vomit and the
Well,
fall of feminism in 2024. It's going. Feminism going, going,
it
gone.
was a good warm up you gave us there. We got the Negro on the stage, but I got to do my quick commercial in here. I was a little
Mhm.
delayed just now because I had some
A
things.
white woman made you late, so you know that's all right.
So let's go ahead and get my little commercial in here. Again, thank you everyone for tapping in. This is, of course, another Angry Black Man's Book Club, Pat Talk number 8.
Pat
Ladies and
talk.
gentlemen, we get to join Brother Dr.
Yeah.
Short here today. And of course, on this side of you tapping in on their next program is brought to you by Bloodline Films from the Soil, Black American docu-series where we travel all around the country, waking up culture, cuisine, and of course, the grassroots advocates in pursuit of reparative justice, ladies and gentlemen. Now, today, listen, Brother Short said, I got to talk about these 3 raggedy pass arounds.
Mm.
Okay. And listen, if you all like this thumbnail, this is courtesy of Brother Dr. Short. Now, if you
The
can't
first
see
one
the
looked like you
thumbnail,
got hit with a brick.
well, they all have one thing in common, Brother Short. Can
Mm.
you share with the folks in the back of the bus here? What do all of these women have in common, sir?
Periods.
Oh, jeez.
Is it red period, Dr. Short? Like the red period?
Well, it matches the dot.
You smart.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, today's understanding was when we're talking about political pass arounds. Haley's vomit in particular.
Vomit. And you know she threw up. What did she throw up? Her dress. That's what she threw up. She just pulled that, threw it up. And I don't think it's come down.
Jesus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've watched this. First and foremost, everyone, thank you for subscribing, sharing. Also, again, as our brother Dr. Short mentioned, we have another great one coming through on this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know the other times, but just be around, ready to go. Brother Short's going to be in the building early, 2:45. We're going to be streaming through all of our platforms, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Claude Anderson is blessing us, addressing us. Probably be one of his last address to the public here, but it's going to be a great panel conversation amongst the platforms that'll be participating.
And if you're not there, if you don't make this, you aren't black. In fact,
oh no,
you aren't black if you don't make this thing. Nobody on here is black. If you don't want to see Claude Anderson, you aren't black.
You smart. You very smart.
Dr. Short going in today.
Negro, what say you about these 3 pass arounds we got here on this thumbnail for you? Because Dr. Short was moved to give them the spotlight they did give them the spotlight they deserve. You got on the right hand side, of course, you got your girl, low down Willie Brown broke her in nice and strong, right? But before Willie Brown got her, Montel Williams had her a little bit, right? Montel had her.
She probably gave him that disease that he's debilitated by.
Jeez.
I mean, it's probably super fun down there. Man, I tell you, it'd be easier to be inhaled than to be a tampon up in Kamala Harris.
And then you got Haley's vomit coming through real strong, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 separate affairs going on.
That we know of on record.
On record. There you go. On record, ladies and gentlemen.
So she had an entanglement?
No, she had a tryst. Come on, baby, let's do the tryst. Come on, baby, let's do the tryst. Cheat on your little husband and go like this. Hey, y'all. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Ooh, yeah. Just like this. Give him a little fish and do the tryst. Up and down, up and down. Ooh, yeah. Just like this. I mean, this woman's married to a military man. Messing with the military. She's married to a military man when he's in the theater of war. And she's handing out more canapes than a catering service. Damn, Slamava.
Wait a minute. He's on active duty?
I'm talking about Nikki. And see, to me, if you'll screw on your husband twice, you'll do it 10 times. And the whole media went into radio silence on Nookie Haley, as I call her. Nookie Haley.
Nimrod.
Or her real name, Nimrata Randhawa. Okay. And you can see from her skin, the splotches. She used a skin lightening cream. This same tramp who talks about family values but is corrupt, who talks and says America isn't racist in South Carolina, where they've had massacres of black people for hundreds of years. And yet she says it's not a racist country, although she experienced racism as a child, and she's got burns on her skin from using skin lightening cream. And America's not racist, yet you're trying to change your color. Damn.
Jeez. Listen, ladies and gentlemen.
And she's dyed her hair. If you look towards the bottom, her hair is darker. She and Kamala have both done the same thing. To make themselves look less Indian, they've dyed their hair brown instead of letting it be jet black. So because the jet black hair would let people know there's something other than just straight up European. She's a fraud. She never took care of the poor people in South Carolina. She's the one responsible for hundreds of thousands of Black people in South Carolina lacking health care, not being able to get good paying union jobs. She's responsible for the infrastructure failure in which 20,000 people or more were impacted when the big hurricane floods hit South Carolina. She's the one who allowed the payday loan, Advance America, the people who rip off and charge extortionate interest for people to get payday loans to operate. She's corrupt. She's vile. She's nasty. And I repeat, she was in charge of the system in South Carolina where as many as 150 Black children died due to neglect in the child and family welfare system, which she systematically cut and underfunded when it was busted when she got there. She is the one that fought to keep the goddamn Confederate flag flying over the capital of South Carolina until the massacre happened in Mother Emanuel Church. And I mean, the only thing you can point to that she's ever done to Black people, for Black people, from what I can see, is the one job she gave to Tim Scott. And frankly, if you saw him gritting so much, you would have thought that him and Donald Trump were dating and shit the other night. I mean, what's Tim Scott to Black people? I mean, he looks like the hee-haw donkey. He looks like the Cosby kid that wore the knit cap that couldn't string a sentence together. Here's the same man who says America's not racist, and he's from Charleston, South Carolina. He's the same damn age as I. When he was a boy in Charleston, South Carolina, the Black union nurses were being mistreated and harassed. I mean, there's no way he doesn't know. There's no way he doesn't know. South Carolina, where the first shots were fired in the Civil War at Fort Sumter, where the vice president of the Confederacy, Alexander Stephens said that the slavery in the South was justified because Blacks were inferior. It's a God-ordained order. And this tramp says that this country is not racist. This is the same state of South Carolina where Isaac Woodard had his eyes gouged out by a police baton in 1946. This is the same South Carolina in which Black young men and women were massacred February 9th, 1968 for wanting to go bowling, where the police came in and began shooting unarmed, nonviolent Black folks. This is, again, the same South Carolina where the Dixiecrat movement was started by rapists. Yes, I'm saying it, by pedophile rapist Strom Thurmond, the whole movement to fight against voting rights, civil rights, human rights for Black people was launched out of the state of South Carolina, where Senator Ben Pitchfork Tillman said, we stole it, we shot the niggers, we stuffed the ballot box, and this lying bitch, this woman who can't even be faithful to a white man who would keep her in those, he doesn't even know what kind of sauce is up in her when he goes down on her, if he actually does, and she's not a beard. How could she talk about racism when for 3 years for her crooked family corporation didn't pay taxes and didn't get in trouble? She's a mean, vicious, Black-hating ex-Sikh. And by the way, they fled India because of religious persecution, because she's a Sikh. She calls herself a Christian, but the Bible says you have to take up your cross daily, and that you can't do whatever you want to do. In particular, a modest service is to keep your damn drawers on. How can you call yourself a Christian woman and you're screwing other people's husbands when you yourself are married? No, you're not a Christian. You're a hoe. The Bible also says that you're supposed to look out for the poor and the needy. She systematically did nothing for poor Black people. You have some of the poorest Black counties in America, in South Carolina. She cut all the services. She cut the length of time the unemployment could be from 26 weeks to 20. She's the one that fought against bringing in industries that would offer union level paying jobs. She hates poor people and she hates us. And that ungrateful bitch, when her father and mother came from India here, the only people that would hire them were Black universities. Did she give money to the Black universities commensurate with what the state should pay? No. South Carolina had several universities in trouble, in particular, South Carolina State, the one in Orangeburg, was closed just around the time she became a governor. Did she bail them out? Give me a break. The media has systematically allowed these Indians, who they can pass off as basically non-white people, to promote the most racist politicians in this country, whether it was the bastard Jindal in Louisiana, whether it's this bastard, I call him vasectomy, who's a crook, whether it's Dinesh D'Souza, who said the Black community is irrigated in 3 liquids, alcohol, urine, and blood. Huh? Every time you turn around, the Indian named Kamala Harris, 50,000 Black men were locked up in California after their terms had expired, where they were free to leave. She fought against the Obama Justice Department to keep men in jail so they could fight forest fires at risk of their lives for rich white folk who shouldn't live in brush fire prone areas. This is the kind of Indians that they put in. They know that the Hindu religion, which Kamala Harris is a Hindu people, teaches that the darker skinned people came out of God's ass. Hinduism has a caste system that makes people who are dark subhuman. And I want to say this. All of you Black folks of the Greek letter, in particular, if you're an AKA slut, you guys are the greatest enemies our race have, because now, all over the country, once these tethers join these Greek letter organizations, your Blacks who are in the divine swine, they will value a foreigner that hates Black people's guts because they pledged over you. Even that bitch Tlaib Rashid up in Michigan, she's a Zeta. That's why Black women supporting her. Has she done anything for Blacks in Michigan and Detroit in her district? The answer is no. All of her focus has been Palestine. My thing is, well, but damn it, then run for office and Janine, run for office in Yankunis, run for office in Gaza City, run for office in Bethlehem, run for office in Hebron, and leave us the hell alone if you want our support and yet you do nothing for us. One of the most segregated and most racist cities in Michigan is Dearborn. Who's there? Ask Rashida Tlaib. So to me, no, we need to deal with home. And so to me, I'll just say this to you. There's a long custom. If you understand the God that Kamala and them, the God is Shiva. Shiva is the Hindu version of Satan. It's a god of sex and war. It's a god that fucks you and kills you. That's what she believes. All you folks who don't believe in no kind of God, no kind of religion, you ignorant, stupid, retarded people, the folks who hate your guts don't want you to have a concept of absolute right and wrong. The reason we can't come together is because we don't believe nothing. All of you, I don't like organized religion. You don't like organized families. You don't like organized sex. You don't like man and woman together. You don't believe that there's just male and female. You think an anus is a vagina. When you get rid of a concept of absolute rights and wrongs, that there's a good and there's a bad, there's a goodness and wickedness, which is where a lot of you skanks and scammers and faggotists are, where basically anything goes. Well, if anything goes, why not black genocide? Why not black erasure? Why not black abortion genocide? Why not black homelessness? Why not black hunger and disease? Why not black dispossession? Why not blacks be cheated out of reparations? Since there's no right or wrong, for all of you Negro atheists, for all of you Negro unbelievers, you believe nothing, you stand for nothing, you're about nothing. And all these damn cards and weed smoking and burning sage and chicken killing and shit, it seems as if the more we do that dumb shit, the worse things get. And you talk about Black Wall Streets and all that shit. Well, you know what? The niggas were Protestant back then. What's the difference between us then and now? At least, even if they were fake religious people that just went to church on Sunday, were full of shit. They believe something, or at least they fake like they believe in something. Now we're just sorry as shit all around. And that's with a lot of women and religious leadership. So our downfall has gone right in line with the rise of feminism. You want to see a safe, sound black community? Feminism has to go. The difference between 1960 or 1964 and today is that 1964 you had patriarchy in 80 to 90% of the black homes. You look at today, you got matriarchy. Matriarchy is incompatible with survival in a competitive capitalist society. Any woman that won't submit to a man isn't a woman worth having. You're fuckable, but you're not marriageable. And if truth be told, sex without a real commitment that's monogamous is bankrupt. Proof of that is all the suicides of all the people out here of both sexes who are tired of empty, careless, no good, narcissistic, it's my body, I can abort if I want to, or I'm a man today, I'm a woman tomorrow. All that stuff comes from the same racist white supremacists. They don't even think you're damn good enough to pick their cotton anymore because they've got illegals. So if you don't like the truth, please get the hell off my place. Stay away from me. I don't like you. We don't know each other. This shit's virtual anyway. Turn it the fuck off and go away. Drop dead.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Patriarchy today, patriarchy tomorrow, patriarchy forever. We putting a line in the dust, and here we stand. We want patriarchy. We want reparations. We want family, and we're going to get it. And we're not going to let any pork chops turn us around. And I'll say this to every black man. Show me a black man that's a feminist, and I'll show you a weakling that will go for everything. There's only two types of black men. Those that are for patriarchy and those that are for feminists. The twain don't meet. Feminism is the greatest internal enemy. Even the Bible says a man's enemies will be that in his own household. When it's made women the weaponized enemy of men and children, Jesus said it. And that's good enough for me. That's the word of God. How do we get peace? How do we get amnesty? Feminism must go. Any feminist is unqualified to hold elected office. They're unqualified to be a wife. They're probably unqualified to screw because they don't want to submit. They don't even want to screw in female superior position. They're sorry, man-hating, liar, backstabbing, baby-killing, Luciferian sluts that nobody wants to be with. They can't even take their passport and go somewhere and get a man unless they're paying. And all of their power comes from white male supremacy. White men using stupid, gullible, traitor black women to destroy their own people. And there is no in between. If you're a feminist and you're a black woman, you're an enemy. If you're in a Greek letter organization, you are some kind of traitor to your community. If you're in a secret society and you're aligned with something other than God and your people, you're a traitor. And every other community, it's non-negotiable. They don't talk about it. They take action. I don't mind you not liking what I say. When things get harder and more desperate, people will begin to understand. People are afraid to have me on their platforms. Great. You can kill me. The ideas won't go anywhere. A traitor is always a traitor. There will never come a time, even in this weak ass fake Christianity, Judas will never be a saint. He'll always be someone that should have been dead and in a potter's grave. A traitor to your community, an enemy to your community, an enemy to having a family, an enemy to being submitted to a man that's putting his life on the line to protect your ass. This is gone. And turning kids against their fathers and saying all this kind of crap. We're done. Running down the divorce court, getting married 10 or 12 times, thinking someone's going to be friends to you after you have adult age bastards that don't respect you. Hell, may as well screw their daddies. You see them more than they see the woman because she's out on girls' nights all the damn time. We're tired of this stuff. We're going to destroy it. God bless Donald Trump. I can't wait until he beats the shit out of Nikki Haley down in South Carolina. He's ahead by 40. And by the way, watch the union people turn out against Nikki Haley in Nevada. She's already lost that shit. It's a rematch between brain dead Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And I want to say this to all you sorry ass people. If Michelle Obama runs for president, I pray to God that she's the woman that you think she is. Because if she's not, you haven't seen the anti-pork chop feminist hate that's going to come from the millions of white folks who don't even want us in existence. They're never going to want what they perceive as a black trans faking being a woman as president. It's never going to happen. Black women that can't deal with reality, that have been all in their feelings, and you've been propped up by white male supremacy, using you to knock down your community, you're going to have a hard time dealing with the next 2 years. Let Michelle Obama run. Let Gavin Newsom's punk ass run. You know what's going to happen? Finally. Oh, that looks too feminine to be her. Finally. Finally. Everybody's going to be treated like niggas again. I love it. I love it. I love the elimination of diversity, inclusion, and equity. I love the elimination of affirmative action. That's been happening to black men for 40 years. I've lived it. Now, everybody's going to get the same racism. I love it. If everyone's going to get screwed the same way. That's when we had unity during the civil rights years, because everybody had to sit in the back of the bus. It's not like now, where when you go into a building and the security only checks out black men and they let the black women go through and they've taught the black women their separate race. They don't need you anymore. You've been replaced. They don't need you. They're not trying to save Oprah Winfrey's failed ass color slurple movie. They don't even want it in the theaters anymore. Nobody wants to see two women slurple each other. Nobody wants to see Denzel Washington looking Gayle King. Nobody likes that shit. Nobody wants to see this stuff. The days of pork chop feminism are over. And the only people holding up pork chop feminism are fagonist men that think it's cool being weaklings for part-time sex and having to do takeout or DoorDash. Everybody should know. Everybody should know. If you see the videos when they try to copy the whore-ass Passport Brothers, nobody's hollering at y'all unless y'all paying. The only men in the world that ever wanted you are the ones you don't want. And so you're coming. And trust me, even the migrants like women in shape. Oh yes, they didn't come up with political correctness. Morbid obesity is not beautiful. Being mouthy and saucy and swinging on people in a culture where certain people's religious leaders and prophets and teachings tell a man it's okay to kick a woman's ass. Wait until you get with an Asian dude and you hit him, pork chop, and you go to jail for an anti-Asian hate crime. Just try it. The only people in the world you're allowed to do that to are the black men, because they're using you to destroy your own family. Your hatred of your men has now come full term, and now you must pay. I'm going to feel really bad for the women that are going to get beaten up by illegals that are going to be hired to be police, who are going to be protected by the police unions, who come from a culture where it's okay to whoop a woman's ass. And they're going to hide behind it, and they're going to be people of color, and they're not going to call it racist. And for all you intersectional studs, my. And for the black men who've been silent, we're hoping if I'm just a big enough coon, I can get some regular sex and at least be able to tolerate these women that are angry and they lack empathy and they walk around when black men try to tell them about reality, like the shit we're saying's not real, or like we're space aliens. When we say, hey, look, they're already firing you from the banks. You're on no higher risk from the schools. Everything that happens to black men is happening to you. They're changing the rules on SNAP. They're changing the rules on Section 8. They're changing the rules for diversity, inclusion, and equity. Affirmative action is gone. We're going to be in the same boat. We're going to be niggas once again. And I love it. It's so sweet. How sweet it is to be in struggle with you. Ooh. How sweet it is to be black like you. Told myself I was white because I didn't have black men in my life. I just want to stop. I'm black, baby. I didn't know I was black. I'm black, baby. How sweet it is to be in struggle with you. Y'all gonna end up having to come back. And I'm saying to you, men, if they divorce you unfairly, if they mistreat, don't take them back. Stop being merciful. Stop raising children that are not yours. My motto is, if it's not my cum, I'm not the one. Give it to me first, or don't give it to me at all. No, I don't derive benefit raising some sorry ass fuck trophy that you have from a man that you love more than me. No, I don't. Long live Kevin Samuels. Long live Passport Brothers. To hell with pork chop feminism. Being a stud is ugly. Being overweight is ugly. Killing a baby is murder. Cheating on a man, telling him you love him when you're seeing a woman or women, or going to girls trip with women on the side. We're done with that. It's over. Pork chop feminism is being canceled. We know why you hate Donald Trump. He's bringing patriarchy back. And you shouldn't be mad at him. He's rich and white. I thought everybody wanted a zaddy. What's wrong with Donald? Donald is the real, lacking in empathy, egocentric white male patriarch that you hate. Black men are a lot cooler, but that's not good enough. So, Donald is back. And unless we have a military coup, he's going to be president again. And let me tell you something. Those judges that keep messing with him, the little Caribbean one here in D.C., the little ugly one up in Letitia James, and crooked ass Fannie Willis screwing that dude. Up in church, let that bitch up in the pulpit. We're not supposed to preach. That's what those people think, but they're sorry ass up there. Let me tell you something. Don't be surprised, black females, if they don't do a RICO investigation of Delta Sigma Theta around election fraud, and they round up a whole bunch of these chunky, loudmouth, boomer type broads. It's coming. They're gonna come after the RICO, the fraud, like those niggas that were on stage at Emmanuel Church, cheering Biden on as he mocked the 9 people murdered and those wounded. Let me say something to you, and I'm just got to tell you, and for all of you that fought for that medication, you probably can't have a baby anyway. Nobody can tell you. You just wanted to rebel, all that. Nobody likes that but faggots and simps. And they'll drop dead along with you. Suddenly their heart will stop operating. And we'll walk over your sorry, self-hating, traitorous black asses. We'll walk over you towards freedom, towards getting our damn check. In fact, God, let me live to get your portion. I can land my plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Short in the building, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of those. It's gonna listen, Brother Short. We see greater days are coming, sir, are on the horizon. Brother
And I like that word, horizon. And we the hoes rising this time.
Brother Negro, are you in the building, sir? Brother Negro, what say you, sir?
Yes, sir. I think that Dr. Randall Short Dustin is clear, man. That dude was dropping some bombs, yo. Oh my goodness, Dr. Short.
Got it off his chest. He needed to get that off, and we appreciate our brother Dr. Short here today, sir. But Nikki,
amen to that.
Listen. We're talking about Nikki. First and foremost, they're all
Nookie Haley.
Well, Nimrod her, whore.
Or Nimrod ride her.
Yeah. I wanted to touch upon that. I got another Indian to throw into the pile.
Yes,
I threw the email to you guys, both of y'all. If y'all check your emails, remember that Indian guy that went to the HBCUs as a grad student, and he wanted to talk like he was black, and he joined one of the frats, or I say he joined one of the sororities, because I'm hating. He joined one of the sororities and all that joint, and he didn't even graduate from medical school like that. Allegedly, that's what they said. But he wrote this book about being black and all that other stuff. I would say that was the precursor of Kamami Harris. So I sent you. It was 2015. The article came out. It was. I remember this when I was an understudy, but I sent it to you guys so you could check that out. And that was the precursor of Kamami Harris. On another, like, even though he came in after, it was the first that he gave a notary attention to that type of behavior.
Actually, I would disagree with you, sir. The first people to really push this Indian bullshit were people like Bayard Rustin and Dr. Lawson, where our community, in fact, y'all all heard that Martin Luther King's son, Dexter King, died. Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights Movement, the first ones that made the Indians cool, and we should all be like Indians. We should all be like Gandhi. We were lied to. Gandhi didn't like black people. Gandhi was in the British military helping to kill black people in Africa. Gandhi was against dark-skinned people. Gandhi was bisexual. Gandhi supported Nazism. Gandhi was a pedophile. Gandhi was for violence against dark-skinned people that didn't know their place in Indian society. It is a goddamn disgrace. The goddamn King family and the fake-ass niggas in the civil rights movement have lied to us about India, Indians, Hinduism. Obama, when he reached out to Modi back in 2010, the black elite support the paganism and the pantheism of Hinduism because it is anti-Christian and it is anti-black. The same gods that they have in Hinduism, you have in the Divine Nine. I would just tell you, whether you like it or not, you choose between something that's Christian or you choose something that is not. Certain cultures don't let you have a million different religions like the bullshit in our community. We need to have one religion. I don't care who doesn't like what I'm saying. We have too much confusion, too much diversity. There are too many fucking chefs in the kitchen. You know, Chef C, you don't want a whole bunch of people in the kitchen that can't cook as well as you. Stay your ass out. Wait until I'm finished. I'm just going to say this. So Bayard Rustin was in India, fucking Indian men. Dr. Lawson, who helped start the Freedom Rides, was over in India. There were a range of people who were over there thinking that Gandhi's for black people. Gandhi did not give a damn about black people. Never did. There's a woman whose name is, I'm forgetting her name. I'll get her name right now because I can't. Her name is Arundi Roy, who pointed out that Martin Luther King is the true nonviolent leader of the 21st century, not Gandhi. Gandhi's fast that Dick Gregory and everybody copied, that fast was to compel black Indians to accept being inferior slaves or face genocide. Gandhi's a monster. Gandhi's a racist. Gandhi hates our guts. And our stupid ass traitors, in particular, you liar niggas in the King family. That's right, Bernice King. I need to get the statue of Gandhi off of the grounds of Ebenezer Church. In South Africa and other places around the world, they've taken down the Gandhi statues. The only people in the world that worship Indians are dumb fuck, traitor, boule niggas. They hate us. They love everybody but us. I do not hate Indians. I have Indian friends, and I adore, and I've been involved actually in the human rights movement for the depressed classes known as the Dalits. I support them, as does Dr. Winters, as does my mentor, Dr. Cly, as have other people. And I'm on the record of the Indian government for being outspoken against the caste oppression. So, by the way, the first person to ever recognize the leader of the Dalit, the Black Indians freedom movement, the first time his birthday was ever celebrated on the American University campus, I coordinated this back in 1999. That was broadcast all over the Indian Broadcasting Corporation. This is why I do not listen to what anyone says. And that's 1999. What is that, 25 years ago? I've been paying attention to India since I was 10. Folk need to look at these Indian Hindus screw over blacks in Guyana and Suriname, in Trinidad, in Kenya, in Uganda, in South Africa, in Mauritius, in the Seychelles, and they dog Africans over in India. I mean, what the hell? And I don't hate anyone, and I adore, again, there's some very nice, the Indians I like are the black, darker Tamil ones from the southern part. These other Indians are desperately, they love Hitler. One of the fathers of the Indian freedom movement is a man by the name of Subhash Chandra Bose.
Oh no!
Who was over with Hitler, creating what was called the Indian National Army, the INA, that worked with the Japanese and the Nazis to try to get England out of India. And I'll say this, the Palestinians were working with Hitler. What's this guy's name? The Mufti of Jerusalem, Mr. Husseini, Imam Husseini, worked with the Nazis.
Let him cook.
A lot of these people, the Nazis killed black people in Europe while there were Palestinians and Indians working with the Nazis. That's to get their freedom, to could care less about what happened to black folks. Am I saying no to freedom for people? No. I'm just saying to all of you that are intersectional coons, or you tethers that think because you're not mean to us, that we have to put your movement ahead of ours. Everything's an even kill. Nobody put their needs on even kill with someone else. Who the hell do you take us for? So I repeat, this whole Indian thing is old. The boomers and the silent generation people sold us out, and they keep selling us out. And they're black universities, like, what's that one? It's not Clark. Morris Brown had an Indian dude run the finances when they went out of business. There was one at Howard taking money. Let me tell you something about the black elite. When I was teaching at Lane College, my boss was an Indian that hated black people. And he was put over me by a nigga in the boule. You're being betrayed by black folks you think are respectable. You want to see change in our community? Turn on the black folks that you've been told are successful. Start finding out. You go to black churches now, is their cleaning staff black? No, it's Latino, it's Asian, it's anybody but you. They have a vision of only the top black folks surviving and the rest of us being wiped out. Black boule people support the extermination of black people, and we are being exterminated. And that is why Kamala Harris can travel this country when we're hungry, when we're homeless, when we're being erased. And the one thing, she's on an abortion tour, a kill black baby tour. And forgive me, you dumbass black bitches think that she's your sister. You're a goddamn bitch if that's what you're for. And yeah, we need to use the B word. It applies. No other group of women in the world would get behind a woman pretending to be who they are, telling them to kill their babies so they can be erased. Something is mentally off, spiritually off. In fact, a lot of you sisters are Luciferians into sex magic and witchcraft. If you were really godly women, you would be protecting the children. You would be backing the men that stand up, not running around saying there are no men for me. Well, nigga, have you gotten involved in an anti-mass incarceration effort? Have you used your votes to demand public policy to make certain that black men get included? Let me give you an example. Our university's medical school in 2015 had 5 or 6 Indians with the last name Patel, all with the same last name, got in. And yet they didn't allow one solitary black male entrant at Howard University. This is what the boule does. This is what the black elite does. So our institutions serve everybody but us. Our representatives serve everybody but us. Our nigga churches that are in the leadership conference for civil and human rights are aligned with La Raza, are aligned with the Asian Pacific, are not, they're with CARE, they're with everybody but us. And our dumbasses think just because somebody's brown, they're cool. And yet we hate everybody that's brown. I mean, that's some damn confusion. I'm going to stop here. This last time, I won't say anything else, man.
Listen, brother Short. I'm letting you cook up a full course meal tonight, sir.
I'm staying out your way, Dr. Short, man. You got all elbow rooms. You got elbow room, hand, everything, brother.
This is
Let him cook now. Let him cook.
This thing is out. This is outrageous. That Kamala Harris there's a suit in federal court put in by Dr. Rhonda Hampton accusing Kamala Harris of obstructing justice in the case of Mice Treese Richardson, a black woman that was brutally murdered and disappeared and brutally murdered. Kamala Harris wouldn't even investigate. She campaigned on it and did nothing. Had that been a black man, we could get that. In fact, I want to say something. One of the big problems we have in our community is our women are unethical. They're even worse than the men are, and that's saying something. I mean, a lot of black men are just damn pussy holes, if that. But I'll tell you something, when a woman sees another woman fucking up in our community, they don't say anything. Why? They have loyalty to that woman no matter what she does because she's a woman. The only women that practice feminism are black American women. White women vote the interest of white people. Black people vote the interest of white feminists. No other group. I'm just saying, you are some fucked up people that are not marriageable. I wish you were. You're not. Your mindset. You look okay if you're not overweight, but your mind is jacked up. There are more and more black women disappearing all over this country when Kamala Harris is supposedly your black sister. Kamala Harris has run all the black people out of her office. She got jobs for Indians and not for blacks, but that's enough for the pride, because in reality, a lot of black women, I'm sorry, I don't know, maybe I'd say 30 to 45% of sisters are bisexuals or lesbians. They hate black men so much. And black men are despicable. They love lesbianism. They think it's cool. And don't realize when that woman gets into the other woman, she can't love you. She can't love your child. She can't care a damn about you. Most black men say, man, that's so pretty. I just love when they do it. You're a dumbass. And when they set your house out, when you get divorced and they lie on you, and it's a stud judge and it's a stud court provided lawyer and a stud everything else, then you want to come and cry to some dude. To hell with you. This is ridiculous. It is nasty. It is ugly. And I'm not saying I'm mad. I told you I had a great aunt's a stud. I'm here today because my stud aunt saved my grandfather. But it is not to be expected. There's more to be desired of a woman than for her to just have a vagina. How about some character? How about being in shape? How about being kind? How about being empathetic? How about being relational? How about being a mother? How about being honest? How about not being a grifter? How about not being bitter and nasty all the time? How about not thinking that you're entitled to a man when you're not attractive or kind or good to be around? It's more than just having a hole. And for any sorry ass man who has such a low estimation of himself that he runs after such women, all you're doing is reinforcing the anti-black male hatred. And I want to tell you something to you sorry ass black men who can get a passport. Take that bullshit culture that you have, that pimp culture of black men, the kind that are disgusting and are unfit for life. Try to go overseas and deal with women the way you deal with the ones here. And you're going to start coming back in body bags. Your suitcases will be over in Jakarta and you'll come back in a body bag. We got to get rid of this pussy worship and dick worship culture and get into a God worship culture. And so Kamala Harris, I remember being at the Congressional Black Caucus breakfast and watching the black men literally dripping in their drawers looking at Kamala Harris. Transfixed. Is it because she has straight hair? You realize it's straight hair and a big booty. Do you realize if I want a concentration camp to kill black men, let all the guards be semi-nude with long hair and big booties, and I could just gas every black man in this country. You don't care what happens to your kids. You sow your semen seeds stupidly all over the place, and then you're surprised that the largest society is either taking the organs or getting the kids aborted or giving the kids to gay men to molest or putting them in child and family services where they age out and other folks use them as cattle to get extra money as being foster parents. I mean, all of this stuff. And again, black men, yeah, I just rip sisters, but I want to say every goddamn thing I hate about pork chop feminists is supported, endorsed, and backed up by all you faginists. As long as the black man is a pathetic beggar, as long as he's basically acting like the world's going to run out, if he doesn't genuflect before everyone that has a vagina, irrespective of race, if a woman had 2 swastikas on their titties and killed nigga across the vagina, man, that's still good pussy. I just go on past that. I don't care. Spreading syphilis, spreading disease, spreading misery, breeding bastards, and you call yourself a man because you can watch sports on television. Yeah, and they're obsessed with interracial porn. You don't have to watch it. Folks beg you for it. I'm a man. They constantly bother you all day long for sex. But let me say something to you. Who is to say that these women haven't been given stuff that will sterilize you when you sleep with them? You know, they created a bacteria that they put in the penises of rabbits back in the 70s in Australia, where they could put this little stuff on the rabbit's penis or put in the female rabbit's vagina, and each time a male rabbit would screw her, she'd be sterilized. If they had that in the 70s for rabbits, maybe they have something for black men right now.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think all this stuff, there's no consequence for immorality. There's no consequence just humping that there's no consequence. Get the hell out of here. And so, by the way, a lot of dudes think, well, man, I'll get more pussy if I'm just for every stupid thing. Yeah, baby, you right. I'm abusing mom. If you really like women that much, why are you single? Why haven't you found all these women that you agree with to form a fucking family unit with? Let me just say to you, black men, since we died earlier, we don't age out in assisted living. But a whole lot of black women who live longer than black men are going to be alone because you never had a man, you never had children, you were nasty, you were difficult. And you know what? They stock these assisted living places. They're all shitholes to murder old people and take their money. What happened to taking care of grandma and auntie? Now you throw them out. And who started doing that? You goddamn black feminists that didn't want to be moms, that didn't want to be wives. You didn't want to take care of your own damn mother, your own aunts. And you know what? All the goddamn silence from you women out there who won't call other women out for being fuck-ups. You want the credit on Mother's Day for being women when you act like some disgruntled dudes who got their dicks cut off.
You smart.
So you're not a woman all year round, but on Mother's Day you want flowers and shit. You even gay and you want men to give you shit. This is dumb as hell. I'm challenging all of you that agree All you warrior sisters, the righteous, good black women. And we know how you feel. We patriarchs, that's why I'm going to do a show for Wazzies. For the righteous black women that catch hell, for the nasty ones like the checkers in the store, or the ones in TSA that make you wish you were a terrorist and you could like do a suicide bombing and wipe some of those holes out. For you righteous black women who have to carry the shame of these sorry ratchet bitches with their bonnets on and with their nasty spandex or even their upper buttocks being exposed, or when they've got enough rolls and shit to be a bread factory, we support you, righteous sisters. We're not talking to you. And for the good black men, we're not calling you fagonists. And that's why we're going to have Wasi speak, where we're going to bring in the real black women. And for black women that understand that their mothers, lovers, sisters, aunts, nieces, friends. For the good black women who carry the shame, we black men can't get a cab because of the thug ass, no good, simp, pooky assholes that commit crime, won't even try to find a job or learn how to read. When I walk out, I encounter the hostility. The woman that got AIDS from their man, they looking at me. You haven't even touched them. We encounter that bitterness every day of our lives from women. Women constantly bitch to us about stuff we don't even want to do. Never hurt anyone, never put your hands. You're constantly hearing about domestic violence. We carry the rejection and the scorn for things we've never done. Well, sisters, what has happened is for too long, black men only said, well, that's a brother, that's a brother, that's a brother. I'm sorry, George Floyd wasn't my brother. Shouldn't have put the damn dope in his mouth. If you're a real man, you can put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly. You can spend a year or two in lockup. Okay? I don't like Chauvin. I'm glad they locked their asses up. But Floyd George, fuck him. He will never be my hero. Nobody selling dope. Nobody abusing women. No one that's a porn star. Looks like screwing girls barely legal, if legal at all. They're not my brother. Sisters, you have to desistify any black woman that's not up to standard. Same way you reject black men for not having money, it's time for you to reject black women that don't have any class, any character, any values. Reject their asses. Stop talking to them. Stop being friends. And don't act like when we say bitch, it's not true. And a lot of men are bitches. When I call bitch, men are bitches too. A fagonist is a bitch. A simp is a bitch. Pookie's a bitch. Switch hitting down low people like TD Jakes is a bitch. The rappers that put out all this misogyny and they like dick and male nipple in their mouth more than they want a pussy in their mouth, they a bitch too. We're against all bitches on Pat Talk. We hate bitchdom. Bring that shit down. And we want to talk about other stuff, but just we have to get this shit straight. And I'm going to just make this plain to you. This color purple and all this other stuff they're putting out was meant to get black women to stay behind people like Biden and Kamala. That's why they send that bitch out on the road to tell you how to kill babies. Now is the time for you guys to break ranks. Okay, we giving y'all amnesty. Pat Talk, y'all can wave a white flag. In fact, we want all of you sisters that want to be non-combatants like the Russians, if the Ukrainians quit, you can quit too. You can quit being, you can differentiate yourself so we know which holes we need to fight. I don't want to fight no hole fight no good woman that's not a hole. If you're a Wazi, we want everybody to say they're Wazi, let people know I'm for black men and I'm for the black people. I'm for humanity. Again, I never preach racial hatred because white doesn't really exist, except for when they don't want to give you something. Black does exist because blacks always existed. White is a photo negative of what black is. All right, so we want you sisters to disinvest from pork chop feminism, to stop supporting things that are negative, to stop getting behind things that are anti-baby, anti-family, anti-God. It's time for black women to be pro-life again. Let me tell you something. There are a whole bunch of black men who are depressed. You have niggas committing suicide because they don't see. I mean, literally, if you marry someone, they're going to divorce you, make the kids hate you. I mean, dudes ready to end their lives. They can't figure out. They can't do anything right because pork chop feminism and radical lesbian feminism is against patriarchy, which means I can't be anything but a damn patriarch. Saying I'm a patriarch is saying I'm a man. When you say get rid of patriarchy, you're saying get rid of manhood. What the fuck am I going to be? And then if we're feminine or not masculine enough, you make fun. If we're masculine, you make fun. If the bass of your voice, if our voice are high pitched, you sound like me, right? Do y'all realize how clusterfuck you are in your brain? I'm not talking to you wazies. And we're going to keep saying this. Patriarchy has to come back. Feminism and matriarchy must go. Wherever there's dysfunction, murder, drug addiction, suicide, STDs, there you have matriarchy. Where you have Black progress, Black freedom, Black thought, you have patriarchy. Feminism and Black patriarchy and Black survival can't coexist. And it's left to you in the audience to determine if you want Black people to survive. The experiment of Black women pretending to be men and being social hermaphrodites, it's over. You know, it just doesn't work. I mean, you bastards and hoes are like 8-track tapes. I mean, it played good in the day, it don't play no more. We can't find anything to fit it in. Like your body mass, there's no car that you can get in. Have you ever seen the pictures of big pork chop feminists in the sports car? Anyway, let me stop. I want to remind everybody, Chef C and Negro, I want you to step in for a second. I'm going to take a break, but rebel against feminism. The shit has to go. It's unacceptable. We can't work with it.
Negro, shout out to brother Dr. Short. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to all the platforms. Angry Black Man's Book Club. On their next podcast, brother Negro, that was a good cook up.
Man, that's a hard act to follow, brother. Like when you got this man dropping nuclear bombs, dropping elbows and shins and everything on these faggonist dudes and and women that are against having a family, like damn, it just reminded me of that. Remember that sitcom of that white guy that was smacking everybody at the party? That was Dr. Short right there. He was just laying everybody down, just laying them down. Jesus. But I definitely want to stay on topic though. What I observe looking at those three women, I see white, Black, and brown.
Say it again, sir. Say that again.
I know you laughing at that one. I said, when I see out that group, those three women that you showed me, those three Indian red dots, I see a Black Indian, I see a white one, and I see a brown one. You know, I see their Indian flag or whatever you want to call that, you know, how they want to infiltrate American society. You got the white perspective going down. Shout out to Nikki. You got the Kamala Harris brand. You got the black girl magic edition, and then you got the brown girl edition straight off the border. So like, pick your flavor.
Man, listen, I was just bringing up some stuff here. Shout out to DW in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in all the chats over here. I was bringing up the article, y'all, where Nikki Haley, she cheated on her husband with a lobbyist. She cheated on, and then she also cheated with a different guy, who was, I believe, was her secretary.
That lobbyist wasn't writing no reparation bills. Like, screw him.
Well, he was repairing her sexual needs. He certainly repaired that.
How about he repair our reparation needs? That's what he needs to be doing, repaying our reparations needs.
She cheated with a consultant. I got an article here. I think I need to share this article here. Nikki Haley is bending over. Okay, let's hold on now. See, politics.
She's kind of like Miley Cyrus with the wrecking ball.
I don't know if she was sleeping her way to the top, other than just sleeping her way around.
No, she slept her way to the top, and the same thing happened in Trinidad, where these stupid black men following their dicks. Okay, see, you should run your dick, not your dick run you, black men. In fact, that's why on Saturday we're going to be talking about dick control from a biblical perspective. Romans 8 and the Book of Judges. We're going to talk about sorry ass black men in ancient times whose dick brought the downfall of their people. And so to me, I think it's ridiculous. You act as if there's no satisfaction. You can't be in love or can't care or have unless you're a complete dickhole. It's disgusting. Those women that were Indian screwed these black men in Trinidad. And these men were so happy they're screwing someone with long hair. And then now the Indians completely run Trinidad. The black folks are criming, killing, miserable. It's same thing in Guyana. And so I'm thinking, you know, I hate to say it, there's not another group of men on earth, black men, who, for foreign pussy, sell out their whole people as if the world's going to run out of pussy. You would compromise and destroy your whole people. If your dick is that important, I'm sorry, I wish that shit would cut off. Have you ever been with black men and they're in a racist area and they start rapping to white women and they're all these angry white men who probably got concealed weapons? And you're thinking, his dick, for him to fuck, he's not even getting pussy for us. He'll get us all killed because he wants to spill some seed. He wants to drop a seed if it gets everybody killed. I mean, just the dumbness, the despicable debaseness of black men of having no serious investment in where you put your seed. It's ugly, it's nasty, it's degenerate, you're foul, you're vile.
Well, Negro, we heard it first from Brother Dr. Randy Short. I got to tell you, listen, check this out. Y'all check out this screen real quick. I mean, we got, listen, and it's two sides of that coin too, as far as people not having any integrity, particularly these women, not giving a crap about where they put that raggedy cooch. Okay, so
man,
now,
you gonna get on that Kevin Scott? You gonna get on that Tim Scott guy with that raggedy white woman?
listen, Tim Scott is a bootleg, lost and found Negro, and then lost again. I don't like. Man, listen, let's take a look at Nikki Haley real quick. Look at Nikki Haley. Now this article, y'all, is coming from the Daily Mail. All right, Daily Mail. Now they wanted to try to scrub this off, but let's go ahead and read it a little bit.
You know, I sent that shit to you right away. The minute I saw it, I sent it out to everybody. I can tell the world about this.
Let's read on it a touch here. Presidential candidate Nimrata falsely denied cheating on her husband when she was accused of engaging in 2 extramarital affairs. 2 busy busting it open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, actually, they probably walked in. It's probably, you know, sort of like a garage after a hurricane ripped the door off the hinges.
Very busy. These, I tell you, these candidates here, they will toss that thing up to get a position. That shit is crazy. But let's
like, is it a prerequisite that they have to hit the corner before they hit the pole?
Casting couch, or is it? I don't know what they're doing at the podium, but 2 extramarital affairs during her gubernatorial campaign. Multiple sources who worked with her claimed. So everybody knew that she was getting busy.
Yeah, they know. That's why Trump is ahead by 40 points. Notice that the media is being silent about. The men said they screwed it. And nobody's saying that they didn't. Unlike Trump, where there was some, Trump's gonna say whatever, but just isn't that amazing? Isn't that
Right.
amazing that
Well, let's make it make sense, brother Short. Check this out. What happened? Well, first and foremost, we all know what happened when they came out and said Trump talk about grabbing coochies, right? They ran that for damn near 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
no,
almost a month.
they've been running it ever since.
See, so now we got a Nikki Haley, and nobody's talking about her cheating on the husband while having 2 side dudes.
And he's in the military. He's in a theater of combat. Do you realize if you were on the base, they could put her in jail? Under military rules, she's a criminal. It's different when you're in the military and your wife cheats.
Wait, Dr. Short, I got a question. And why she's not being removed as a candidate because of her behavior? One would say because
the same globalists that are using pork chop feminism to destroy Black people, the Koch brothers and all these people that hate Black people's guts are looking to put her in to be basically I've been saying OWB, which stands for Obama with boobs. Okay, Kamala couldn't get through. Now they've got another Obama with boobs.
Listen, they've been waiting on it. They tried to give the homegirl with the small fade, with the short Caesar. They tried to get this one a one up. But
you mean Urkel? That looks like Urkel.
They got the little fade, the little small fade, not the small.
And
Caesar.
she's a Haitian, and she stole.
Right.
She stole from Dr. Swain. It's a Black American woman that this Haitian broad stole all this stuff from this Black American woman. And she's gotten all the benefits. And the Black American woman, who she's stolen the work from, she got the write-off. Trust me, I know what it's like to be in a Black American. No matter what, they're always smarter than you. You guys, I had Boule Negroes tell me I was inferior to people from the Caribbean and Africa. You've never heard me say Africans or Caribbeans are inferior to Black Americans, nor have I said that they're superior to us. But this is what you get. You have to understand something. The globalists, we have Black globalists who work with white globalists. The globalists want Nikki, or should I say Nookie, and they want Slamala. They want them, if they can't get them, they want Michelle Obama, or they want Gruesome Newsom from California. They want people to advance the trans agenda, all the stuff, because they're trying to destroy the Black family. And let's just pause. I've got 54 people on my channel. I hope you guys like this, share this. We want everybody to know, and we don't give a damn on the Angry Black Men platform. We don't. I'm looking at Ted Andrews, who was in Korea. He's a Black dude. He's one of the original Passport brothers. Go to Korea. Go anywhere in the world as a Black man, and you get 100 times more respect from women that are strangers. I'll give you a quick story. I remember I was talking to this lady via Facebook. I think I talked to her for 6 months. One day I got tired of typing. I said, you know what? Do you mind if I have your phone number? This bitch told me she was scared. I'm thinking, I talked to you for 6 months. I've never talked to you about sex. I've never talked to you about relationships. I've never talked to you about anything that would imply I'm trying. And you have what I did? I went and blocked her ass. I want you to be real secure. So I never talk to your ass again. Now your pussy's safe forever. Bye, bitch. How dare you imply? You know what I'm saying? A man that just wants some pussy would have hit you up in the first conversation. You mean 6 months later, you had a problem? See, Black men, stop being friends of these goddamn pork chops. They're bleeders. They draw off energy. They have no intention. They don't want to be your friend. They simply want your time and your energy without giving anything in return. They're narcissists. They're users. They're takers. Never be friends to a woman that doesn't show you that she's willing to be friends back. You can't win them over. You'll never have enough. You'll never have enough anything because you got a dick and nuts, and that's too much. And that same woman will bitch to you about how badly women treat you and men treat you while she fucks over you. No, 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 no. Never, ever. Don't be friends to any woman that's a feminist. Ever. A woman really in any way liked you, they know within the first 30 seconds whether they would trust you or not with their phone number. 6 months, and then you tell me you feel like you might be stalked. Well, why the fuck did you write me? I didn't even write their ass every day. I may talk to them every other week. They felt stalked. I'm telling you, Black American men, I'm going to tell you, we're such beggar whores. Even women overseas kind of see us as weaklings. And they'll try shit with you that they would never try with men from their own culture. Never. Black American men, you've been lied to. You're too busy trying to defend your mama when maybe your dad left for the right reason, or maybe your mama lied. I noticed that Black men are far more traditional than Black women are. Black men don't necessarily say bad stuff about the mother to the children no matter what. The mother doesn't give a fuck about how good, she'll just destroy everything because they're reckless. And see, the only way to change that is the woman needs to, like that Simone Biles, my favorite gymnast, to recognize that you're privileged to be with a Black American man. The same way having an American passport's a privilege, the same way being an American is a privilege. You're lucky to have me. And for all the spoiled, irrational sisters out there, all you pork chops, you hoes need to go to Brazil. You hoes need to go to England where Black men don't date Black women and see the alienation that happens when men have no interest in women from their culture. See, most of you don't go anywhere but to places where you're worshipped and you're catered to. In fact, you stay in this pork chop bubble where you're not confronted, where you have to compete for a man. Let me tell you, a lot of hoes, and I know that shit happened in Dubai. You know why that bitch had a meltdown in Dubai? The one they locked up is in Dubai. There are all kinds of women there chasing the men with money. There are women leaving Dubai because they've never been in a culture where the women were aggressively after men. In other words, a woman that will cater to a man. These women from these societies where men cater to women that don't appreciate them, you give them a box of chocolates and they hit you with it and laugh. You should get me some Swiss chocolate. That's from Belgium. That's common, right? That shit's unheard of, except for in certain places. All this shit you watch on TV. When these women go to a society where men have value, a lot of American women, I'm sorry, sisters, y'all can't compete. Can't cook, can't fuck, can't cooperate, can't mother, can't save money, can't hold a conversation, can't empathize, can't keep the weight off. That you would never make it abroad. You would never make it abroad. And now that people can get a butt lift, that used to be an advantage. Y'all don't even have ass in your favor anymore. Collagen, they can get big lips. Tanning spas, they can get the skin dark. See, the one thing that you've got that you refuse to use is your mind and your culture, or should I say, to get the right mindset and the right culture. It's here, it's available. To have the one thing that the man needs, that's the psychic, spiritual connection with the woman. That's the pussy that you don't want to give up. You'll let him have some leg. You won't give him cooperation. You won't give him respect. You won't give him honor. You won't let him be. You won't give him peace. And as a result, as the world's globalizing, basically, I would say the pussy market has changed. Same way you get cheap electronics from China, shit works as good as stuff from America. You don't even see Zenith anymore. Zenith is a lot like overpriced pork chop pussy. There will be no market for it. It's too expensive. You can get it abroad. You've outsourced your sexual jobs. That's why you're unemployed. And because you don't like patriotism, and because you don't want to have good pussy made in America, then nobody buys Black American. I'm being kind. I'm warning you. Compete or die. Join in the battle for truth. Go and get some counseling. I know women at CAR too, and they've got all this trauma from youth. And I always say, hey, look, see a counselor. They're too proud to work out their bullshit. They figure that they can find and break in and get free psychotherapy from the men that they're friends to instead of confronting their own shit.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Mommy issues, daddy issues, family issues. Why does every man have to be fucking Sigmund Freud to even be in an asexual relationship with your sorry asses? No food, no pussy, and headaches too? Fuck, sounds like a fight to me. I'm sorry. And this is a problem, and it's all over the Western world. I was in England. Let me tell you something. I was in England, and the entire time I've been to London about 6 or 7 times. I never made friends with any Black woman in England. Not one. And it's not like they wouldn't even speak to you. In fact, the women in England, they don't wear the bonnets, but they do leave the house where their hair looks like roadkill and shit. However, the white women were very friendly. Belgium, Switzerland, everywhere. However, in Belgium it's a little different because the women from the Francophone countries were there. The sisters there were much nicer. English-speaking Black women, you guys have a fucking problem. Y'all need to fix it, because we can have a Black family with anyone, with an Eskimo. Matthew Henson did that shit up in the igloo. Well, yes, he did. It was cold outside. Right. I will have a Black family with any woman I get with will be a Black family, even if it's a white woman. Not like I'm running after white women. I've been saying no to white women since I was 5. What if we start saying yes? What if we start saying yes? I agree. Feminism is a mental illness. All feminists are certifiably crazy. And that's why up to 20% of the women in this culture are narcissists, and they're on psychotropic drugs. Y'all crazy psycho bitches. The problem isn't a man shortage. It's a good pussy shortage. We have a bad pussy glut in America. There's so much of it. Nobody wants it. You know, it's sort of like if you fix too many greens and they go sour in the refrigerator. That's a lot. That's such a surplus. You know, evidence of bad pussy is the rates of obesity in this culture. Women and other cultures know there's an expectation to keep yourself up. The women here have such contempt for men, and they feel so goddamn entitled that I don't even take care. I show the world I hate myself, and I'm entitled to a man earning 6 figures or more to take care of me and my bastards. And if you even bring it up, well, they're kids, they're yours too. When it's a fucking bill to be paid, when I need to beat their ass because they're out of control. If you ain't that father, shit, well, I ain't their father. And so I'm keeping my damn wallet. If I ever get any money, I'm just saying this, I don't want to get with anyone that's been divorced. I don't want to get with anyone that has children under any circumstances. None. It's time for Black men to stop subsidizing feminism. Stop being weak. I was on the phone with a good friend of mine, my god brother, who took in a bitch that looked like George Foreman and raised her crazy ass son as his own. Once that boy was old enough to leave, she turned her back on him, tried to get him killed. Now she's cheating with women and men. He's had to put her ass out. You know, we talk about men not being able to commit. No, you guys can't commit. and you run after men that are non-committed. You ignore men that are committed because they are patriarchs and you want matriarchy. You're a goddamn feminist. You are the problem. Stop. And if you get with the man that's no good, dump his ass. But you should know what the hell you're dealing with. Have real conversations other than wanting him to make you feel good all the time. Find out if he had a father, if he loved his mother. Does he want to work? Is he on some kind of substance? Does he smoke, drink? Is he used to screwing multiple women? Because I'm going to tell you something. Once a rat has more than one hole, he's going to use more than one hole. That's real talk. It's time for you to understand if you were sharing him when you were dating him, you're going to share him when you marry him. I'm just telling you this. That's why you shouldn't share. Lock that fucker down when he's 17 or 18. Treat your pussy like training wheels on the bike. They'll learn how to ride the right way. Get him when he's 17. Get him when he's 18. And train him to want you and be used to you. You know, pussies are like gloves. They adjust to your hands. You can get your glove to adjust to his hand. He won't want any other gloves. But if you make him wait until he's 30, he's been with 20 other people. And I'm sorry, viscosity in the vagina does make a difference. Some folk have juicier cooches than the others. Some clean them. You know, some people don't have enough yeast to be, you know, Sunbeam Bread Factory. You've got some responsibility to being wanted. Lose the weight, lose the attitude. I'm not saying you have an abortion. I don't want you to kill the babies, but if you didn't have any shit stuck up there, nothing else would come out. And a lot of women, I mean, at Howard, the women used to think it was cool. They hadn't dripped to come out of the last dude they screwed before they had another one. I don't know if they like making silly putty with different dudes mess up inside of them. I don't know. This is really pathetic. This is a problem. And let me say this to you as a genealogist. The confusion that's going to come 20 to 30 years from now, when people become interested in family lineage, and it's going to increase if this reparations shit becomes real. When folks can't find their fathers, they don't know who the hell they are. Let me say something to you. Mothers, some of these kids, the way things are going, if you don't tell them who their father is, you might get your ass shot. That whole secrecy bullshit that you black women have been on for a long time, where y'all have all these secrets and nobody can ask you. Someone may just get mad and whack your ass since I know who my father is. Boom. That's some of the shit that's going on now. Mothers getting killed by their sons. I think it's horrible, but I also think you've killed that boy if you cut him off from his roots. You've killed him culturally, socially, spiritually. If you lie to him about his father, you've murdered him. If you have no purpose, life means nothing. So you have a person that you stripped of purpose and culture and connectedness to the society, and you're surprised he won't pull out a gun and shoot or beat your ass. Shit. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to stop playing. And I'm going to tell you something. That black church, which is basically a matriarchal organization, yeah, the black church is a complete failure. God never fails. But fake ass niggas in the religious real estate business are grifter liars. It used to be a time you couldn't come up in church and us not know who the father was. Then all of a sudden, oh, but we receive, we thank God for the. No. Who the fuck is your father? Who the hell are you? See, these kids that join gangs that shoot, take a gun to school and just start shooting people, they don't know who they are. It's your responsibility, woman phenomenally, as she used to say, phenomenal woman, to tell the kids who the hell their fathers are. And admit I was a hoe. He was packing. He had a dick like a racehorse, and I wanted to feel it. That's how you got here. Stop saying you were raped. Start saying, shit, The birth control pill made me feel like I could be as whorish as a man. That's why the birth control pill was made, to help facilitate women being whores. And you got on the pill so you could be a fucking whore. And the abortion is how you cover up the crime of being a whore, by committing a bigger crime by becoming a murderess. And you're paying with breast cancer and with complications from taking stuff. Y'all need to get off this damn birth control. Stop taking other people's chemicals or medicines. It fucks you up. And let me tell you something. When you take the pill, it reduces your pheromone production. You're less attractive to men, and men don't know why, because your ass is on something. So you have to dress nastier and nasty to try to get men's attention. Then when they respond to you as nasty as you dress, you're offended. You know that they have pheromones now for men that look like women, to put on pheromones to attract men? Oh, yes, they do. While you take birth control and shit to kill your pheromone production, they're having these men put on pheromones where dudes don't even know why they're flipping over a goddamn tranny. It's chemical warfare. You're part of the army undermining the men.
And that's
Stop
from that body
criticizing
harvesting, Dr. Short. That's that body harvesting.
Mm-hmm. Look at Lamar Odom's sorry ass with the white tranny. And it's you women. You women, you guys are in alignment with the LGBTQ. You have to understand that the feminist LGBTQ movement is about woman erasure. You know what? Try being a man. Try it. It's like this. I was watching this video, and this woman who thought she was hard was boxing this non-pro dude, and he knocked that bitch out. Men have a different bone structure. They have different muscle mass. How long will you pretend that you can be dudes? How long will women celebrate men being drag queens by taking the children the drag queen story out? How many of you let your children get molested by men so they'll come up confused? These are questions. This feminism has to go. We're against it. And nobody that really cares about children can be a feminist. Childhood, a normal, happy, healthy childhood, is incompatible with feminism. Almost 90% of the children with gender issues have fucked up mothers. This is a woman problem. And I'm sorry, it's only weak, cowardly, fagonist men that aren't telling women the truth that this shit is stupid. And who cares if modern women run out of dick? There's a world full of people in the third world that want to have your children. Mail order some hoes. Postage is cheap. Get a DHL hoe. Let's smash feminism. Let's show open the other people we're not. In fact, I'll take this from Gandhi. What was Gandhi's movement called? Non-cooperation. But when the slaves broke the tools, when the slaves ran away, is that cooperation? When the slaves had a revolt, is that cooperation? When the slaves faked sick, when the slaves, before Gandhi's ass ever wanted to molest one of his adopted daughters, we were not cooperating. PATTALK is challenging Black men to join the gender disobedience movement. We will not obey feminism. We defy feminism. We shake our fist. We say fuck feminism, fuck feminists. To hell with women's studies, to hell with all this shit. We hate abortion. We hate Planned Parenthood. Kevin Samuels is king. Jesus Christ is Lord. Mother Goddess, my ass. Get the hell out of our faces. We want our race back. Okay, make Black America great again. Okay, make Black America great again by getting rid of feminism.
Dr. Trump for Trump or Dr. Trump for president.
Well, no, I don't want to be president. I want to be dictator, because if Negroes had democracy, we would be a coon dictatorship. We need patriarchal dictatorship. We need to have a provisional. That's right. In fact, remember I was talking about that, the Patriarch Resistance Army, brother Chef, the the Patriarch Republican Army. We need to have a coup and just take over. Man, I would arrest Diddy. His ass just has some people throw his ass in the white van and shit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And make Diddy work someplace with around a bunch of Chippendale dudes who in tight clothes and he couldn't touch them. Put a chastity belt and put him around dudes, and make Diddy lose his mind. Stop it! Stop it! Oprah Winfrey. Oh my God. We would make we punish Oprah Winfrey. We would have her ass work in the donut factory where she couldn't eat. She'd have a muscle on, and she'd be having to make donuts. I know Oprah would lose her mind and shit. There'd be all these sweets, and everybody'd get one but her.
I think she'll end up eating it and get fat.
No. We don't want her to get fat. We want her to be in shape. In fact, you know what we would do? We would give Stedman so much horny goat weed. We would have Stedman have so much Spanish fly until Oprah and him finally had to do it. And Stedman couldn't get out of solitary confinement until he got with Oprah. Y'all want out, y'all got to do something. We don't want to see. And it better happen. We'll have censors to make certain that Oprah and Stedman do it. We're going to make them do it. And we're going to make Gayle King watch. No, we don't want Gayle King to watch. She'll get jealous. In fact, and we'll force Gayle King to be Denzel Washington's stuntman for his next action film. We would change this stuff. Oh my God. I mean, almost all the crooked leadership in the church would be stripped of their licenses to preach the gospel. All the people that took bribes to the Congressional Black Caucus would be arrested. The boule would be suspended. You'd have to turn in all your regalia, which we would have a big bonfire, use the charcoal and all for the parks. We would stop this stuff. Being a coon would be a crime. You'd have to be Black and proud. And
Hey,
go ahead. In fact, I'm going
Dr.
to
Short,
stop.
I got a question.
Shut up.
Dr. Short, I got a question. I think that all the frats and sorority, that stuff needs to go into a museum. Just like the old Confederate.
We don't even want people to remember it. It all needs to go. All of it needs to go. Feminism needs to go. Planned Parenthood, all of those offices would be closed. Performing abortion would be a life sentence. If you kill a Black baby, you have to go to jail. And we would stop this stuff. By the way,
food stamps will be a crime.
Yeah.
Food stamps will be a crime?
No, I wouldn't. Shit. I think food stamps are cool. My issue is food stamps for families. You better have a regular dude that you're married to screwing to get the benefits. The benefits go to the man. Notice what they've done is they've made the benefits go to the woman. That's to pull the man and woman apart. Okay, we need to bring the man and woman together. This brother asked me, talk about Black men in jail as a cause of lying Black women. One of the main reasons that Black men have problems is the drama that Black women cause. A lot of Black women do a lot of wicked stuff. They cause fights. The second leading cause of homicide between Black men is fighting over Black women. A large number of Black men are in trouble because Black women treat 911 as if it's their valet or as their personal security. You don't work shit out and then you call the state to intervene. Basically, Black women treat white male power as their henchmen to deal with the bullshit that they generate in their own lives. You run the fathers out of your life, you run the men off, and then when these boys get a certain age where you can't control them, when you use them to disobey authority, of men, right? And then all of a sudden, when that boy doesn't respect you because you taught him to disrespect, then you call the police on him. You're surprised he's dead. You don't believe in psychotherapy, yet you're giving these kids weed when they're 3 and 4 years old And when they have schizophrenia and you can't control them, or you're letting them have sex when they're 9 and 10, or you're having sex with them, or your friends are having sex with your kids, or you're letting them drink, or you're letting them do whatever the hell they want, then you call the state, and the state, which should kill us, kill them, and then you want to be Coretta Scott King. You're fucking crazy, ladies. You're out of your damn minds. The real police need to be mama and daddy. You guys need to be the Starsky and Hutch in your family. And you need a partner. You didn't have the baby by yourself. These dumb assholes act as if they're self-fertilizing like worms. You're not a nematode. You're a human being. It takes two to tango. It takes two to make a baby. I mean, this is some mental illness. And it's satanic and it's Luciferian. And again, Black men, it's our fault. We have to tell the truth. You have to tell women the truth. Stop lying and stop being pole hole bitches. There are too many bitch Black men who don't. In fact, the women, it's like the guys in school that are studious don't get the pussy. It's the guy who's the class clown that's smoking weed in the bathroom, that's fighting all the time. That's the guy they want to reproduce with, which means she wants to make another no-count nigger bastard like his sorry-ass father. You want Black men's quality to improve? Stop breeding with fucked up men. Stop sleeping with sorry-ass criminal men that are mentally slow. Stop messing with people who aren't worth a damn. If your quotient of who you'd lay down with would go up, so would the quality of the children. In fact, marriage is for the creation of godly offspring. So when you don't get married and you're just kicking or just shacking, you're making social confusion. And you've been told just because you have a pussy that you've got it together. Well, maybe your pussy's good, but you as a person are terrible. There is bad pussy, and a lot of you have it. We want to see some sanctified pussy, some righteous pussy, some stay-at-home mom pussy, some homeschool pussy, some monogamous pussy, some dignified, in-shape pussy, some faithful pussy, some non-traitorial, some non-Black self-hating pussy. We don't have enough. It's the damn depression. We need the prices to go up. Grow up. Grow up. We've got to have this conversation. It is insane that Kamala Harris threatened to lock up Black women. Kamala Harris didn't even protect. I have a friend whose son, his cadaver was gang raped or sodomized by white men. Kamala Harris protected the white men who sodomized the cadaver of a Black man that they lynched. And you bitches call her sister. If a Black woman's body had been sodomized by white men and Black men called those guys good, man, we wouldn't hear the end of it. I hate the double standard and the hypocrisy in the Black race. And Black men, it's our fault as long as you don't hold a person with a vagina on an equal account with the person with the dick, then that's why we have the imbalance. It is our imbalance. I believe in the moral, ethical equality of men and women because God made us both for each other. Anything else is insane. LGBTQ tries to make female and male identical. It's no such thing. The twain don't meet. It is time for us to be real. Black men, you want to see Black women change? Stop begging. Stop begging. Stop begging. Stop begging. Stop scraping. We do it with everybody. I mean, Black American music, that shit is constant begging. I'm glad I'm not a Black woman. I would, one thing I'm certain that Black women don't like is the word please. That's why James Brown, please, please, he's begging for pussy. That's his first gold record. I mean, the King of Soul just begged for pussy for like 3 minutes. It's not an art. There's no other group of men on the earth who act like the world's going to run out of pussy, and we live in a pussy glut. Stop begging. You want the character of the women to rise? Change the kind of woman you'll look at. If women walked outside and no one paid attention to them and the vulgar, profane, degenerate clothing they had, the women would dress differently. And if they didn't, and we were getting passports, their asses eventually would say, how come all these foreign bitches have all of our men? Because you fucking You broke the protocol. You didn't want to be a woman. You didn't want to be feminist. You feminine. You didn't want to be kind. You didn't want to be wife material. You wanted to walk around like you're a stripper or having a lunch break, and then nobody's talking to you. It's in our hands, black men. We don't even have to beg them. We need to change. And I want to let everybody know I'm hoping to God, I pray, I'm working. If I ever get it, I have a friend in Chicago. We will be having bush bit safaris. I already have people in agreement in Botswana and Malawi. Yes, we're going to the most broke ass countries where women like having children and cooking. And we will bring back fine, in shape women. And we're not going the whole trip. If you, I'm not trying to be nobody's pimp. I want to be a marriage broker, and I'm there to get some for myself. We're going to West Africa and everywhere else where they find one. We're not going to Nigeria, no scam countries. We're going to look for serious women that want to form family to prove that a happy, functional black family can exist. In fact, we want to cause a dick shortage. We need to dry up all this surplus dick out here. So all of a sudden, these will realize the world's going to run out of black dick. See, in Brazil, why do you like Brazil? Because the women there compete for men. In America, they've lied to a woman. They told a woman with 8 kids that's 900 pounds that she's the prize. She is a prize. She is a prize if you're an alligator or a crocodile, not if you're a man. We're not taking it. We are in rebellion. This is a call to arms. Resist pork chop feminism. We don't want it. We won't take it anymore. We will not, as patriarchs, lie anymore. We don't want hard-headed, difficult women. We're speaking to the rebellious pork chop feminist studs. It's over. This is actually, I divide history between two periods. It was BK and AK. BK is before Kevin. AK is after Kevin. We're in year 2 of AK. And as things progress after Kevin, slowly the clock will go back to a patriarchal time zone. We're on pork chop feminist daylight savings time. We're going to have the broad, bright sunshine of Kevinanity leading us into functional black families where men are men again, women are women again. We men are not competing with each other, and yet we're not chasing each other's rectums or nut sacks because that's not right. And women don't think that grazing carpet all day is becoming of a woman. That's a beautiful vision. I have a dream, and it's wet, unlike Dr. King. And I think we all need to have a wet dream in the future of what this stuff is going to be like when feminism is gone, when the very last feminist puts on her white apron of submission to give in. All of the women are giving atonement for the babies that they've killed, men that they've lied to, are entering into child support fraud repayment schedules. We will see this day where women are honest about the father of their children, where women will tell them, yes, basically, I was making sperm smoothies when I was young. I don't know who your father is, but it's my fault. I gave it to them. I was the one that wanted to take 5 loads from 5 different dudes to prove how popular I was. It's not your fault. That day is coming when Project 2025 hits because the rednecks are coming. They're coming to take their America back. And you know what? I would rather a redneck America than a pork chop feminist America.
Man had a dream.
I've got to go to Bible study. But On Their Necks is streaming. I've got to leave you because, yes, aside from the cussing and the very frank conversation, I very much believe in God. And in fact, the first commandment was be fruitful and multiply. God told Adam and Eve, y'all get yourselves some. God made sex. In fact, God ordered us to get some. He just wanted you to be with someone that you're going to commit to, someone that would submit to the man, and that man would in turn protect and provide for the woman. Stop talking about your education. Stop talking about being a high earner. I mean, the real question is, can you smoke his mic when he drops his pants? Is your mac and cheese better than that box shit at the Dollar General? What kind of mommy are you? Okay. Um, do you have the understanding that when he needs to screw, rise to the occasion instead of telling him he's tired? When you go to the nail shop when you're tired, you go shopping when you're tired, you go on girls' trips when you're tired, you go to the gym when you're tired, you go to work when you're tired. When he wants it, give him some. Break the shit off. If a man's sexual back is broken, you won't have to worry about him cheating. He, you have him so worn out, nuts so deflated, he can't even cheat on you. He's just too exhausted. Shit's too good. It's called the Brazilian method, in the words of my girlfriend, um, uh, Claudia. I fear no American woman because American women are sorry. We women in Brazil know that no man could be happy with an American woman who can't cook, who can't screw, who can't hold a man's attention. Which means I don't mind you being in America because no woman that you'll meet there can compete with me. On the other hand, your ass better not visit anybody else here because those women down there compete with each other. My brothers and sisters, love one another and do it equally and fairly. Stop thinking about how much he has and how instead think about what you guys can amass together. Um, and by the way, brothers, don't marry anybody that's a feminist. If you think they're feminists, reject them. Feminism is the enemy. Feminism must go. Accountability for everyone. Having a vagina is not an American Express card out of accountability or responsibility. Women's rights must be accountable for women's wrongs. And men having an erect penis is no excuse to be a goddamn godless, despicable hedonist who doesn't care where they sow seeds. For every no good rogue feminist, there's a brotherfucker, bitch, fagonist man who loves this culture of confusion. You are the foundation of our women being out of order. I focused attention on women because they are the most visible element. In a sense, the pork chop feminists are the equivalent of cops, but you fagonists are the white power system. It is no good black men who subsidize and reinforce the filth and degeneracy. When men lead, women have no choice to follow. Stop running after pussy and let pussy find you. With that, I have to sign out. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you. We need MFM. We need the motherfucking money. Be a coon buster. Feminism must be abolished. Be disobedient to gender confusion. God made man and woman and nothing else. I must go. Good night, Miss Scales. Please support the Angry Black Man's Book Club, PATTALK. And yes, do not vote for Nikki Haley. She's a sorry, vicious, racist, pass for black broad like Kamala Harris. Abortion will always be murder. Abortion will always be a depopulation program to get rid of us. You must resist it. And if America's not a racist country, why does Tim Scott have to pick a woman that looks like one of the Geico cavemen shaved down? And why does Nikki Haley use skin lightening cream? Give me a goddamn break. I gotta go, guys. My saints are waiting. Support this channel. You can Cash App. Yes, I'm gonna put that shit in there. Cash App me. Donate. Patreon me at Dr. Randy Short. Support this. Be ready for Wasi Speak tomorrow. Dr. Winters and I tomorrow. Get ready for Dr. Claude Anderson Saturday. Get ready for at least one Salt Sabbath sermon. I may do two. God's message to the black man. In fact, if you have a Bible, please read Romans 8. We'll be talking about dick control from a biblical perspective. God gave you a dick, and he also gave you rules and instructions on how to use it. I must go. I love you all. Bye, bye, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have it here. I am going to be getting up out of here, but I see my sister Speak just topping in. What's happening with you, sister Speak? What's the vibration with you?
Way nothing. I'm just at the end of. I done missed the party. I'm at the end of the party. Everybody's going home.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let everybody land their plane. We just had our little meeting, and just wanted to let everybody know we're coordinating for this Saturday. I hopefully Chef C will give his technical abilities to live stream my show with Dr. Claude Anderson. Dr. Short is going to I think he just I just got in the last 5 minutes. So he's going to do what he needs to do. He does his ministries. He's going to try to support. Chef C is going to support for the live stream. Everybody needs to kind of tap in to see what this great mind has for us in terms of what his position is on these open borders. I think we all know his position based on his scholarship, but I'm really, really curious to see what is his modern day analysis on what we are enduring. So I think this is going to be really monumental to get his take on things. So I'm just here for that. And everybody is winding down. And we're going to be winding right back up on Saturday, ain't we, Chef?
Indeed, sister. Indeed. I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting ready to get up out of here. Sister Speaks, definitely let them know about the platform since we all gonna be live, sis. Let them know about your platform so they can make sure they tuned in for it.
It's gonna be it's internet radio, it's FM radio, so it's regulated by FCC, but it's also international. It's WSYP951.com. I'll probably do a tweet. WSYP951.com is Sankofa Revolutionary Radio. But Chef C will be broadcasting to his people, everybody on the Bloodline Business. We're linking up with the people with the Bloodline Business. So Chef C will handle that. We got people linking up Chicago. We got WVON, P. Ray. She's going to be linking up with Chicago. We have Lone Wolf Firearms. He's going to be linking up with his platform. So we have we have multiple platforms that'll kind of be linking up just so we can get the message out to the people. That's just what's most important. And that's all going to go down Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. this Saturday. And I'll fold my chair right there. Yep, Dr. Claw, he's going to be there. Dr. A.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. I'm going to be seeing everybody on the flip hand side. We kind of let Brother Dr. Short go off tonight. That was one of the situations. And again,
I think it was the best one.
Hold on, Brother Negro. Just so everybody know, this Angry Black Man's Book Club PATTALK is Brother Dr. Short's. So it's always good to get that brother, let him go ahead and cook. When he really want to cook, you let him cook. Because, when the recipe is right, I just let him flow. So let that brother go. But Brother Negro, you're back in. Let everybody know about your platform, sir, and how they can go ahead and check out some of your material, and of course your initiative, Brother Negro.
Yeah, we got a couple of initiatives. I'll start off with the initiative first because it's very important. Our organization is working on, and we have a bill that's drafted for some legal action against the AAPI community. pacifically towards them with the hate crime bill, towards them dismantling our affirmative action, even if we don't benefit it. It's something that our ancestors built. It's just things that they've been doing specifically targeting our community, and there has not been a legal response or anybody that's saying, "Oh, yo, cancel all that noise." It's something that's going to be coming down the pipe specifically towards that community. They've been right now. I just want to let y'all understand the severity when it comes to illegal immigration and stuff like that. They are one of the highest numbers. All right, they have 8 gun manufacturers that they control, the Chinese or the AAPI community, however you want to slice it. They have access to 8 gun manufacturers on United States soil. We only have access to 1. These are some of the extreme disadvantages that they had, that we're experiencing as a people, that these guys are able to profit off of that. And their days are going to be numbered. All right. Their days are definitely going to be numbered. You can find us at the Negro Black Knights Heritage Club. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. Make sure you support Brother Chef and his platform. Make sure you support From the Soil. Make sure you support that Connecticut episode, all right? But make sure you support all the brothers and sisters because they all have a unique flavor that Chef is always bringing. And make sure you support season 2, all right? Make sure you support season 2. So those are the things I want to drop right now, and support you, sister, for doing your thing as well. I see you in them Twitter streets and stuff like that, and I see how you moving in DC. Salute to you on making that dude run. He was sprinting. He was sprinting to that door.
Broadcast. It's been so much been going on in the last week or so, but I may wake up bright and early and drop another John because Vince McMahon, if you haven't peeped it, there's accusations of him being a sex trafficker. So
that's not the first time. That's not the first time, family.
So y'all be on the lookout for that. I will drop the play on that as well. So y'all keep it locked. I want to thank everybody for joining me here today. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing. You fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out.